Hey y'all, it's your friend D, and in today's video, we're going to be replacing this fireplace. I was in the middle of setting this up for a completely different video, and I decided that although it's very cute, I want a different fireplace. So I'm going to keep a lot of the decoration that I already have, and there was some other things I was going to add to this space, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go forward with that. So I'm going to remove this fireplace and I'll probably replace the chair also with a different one. So let's see what I can come up with. In doing my research for the fireplace, I really fell in love with freestanding ones. I originally wanted to make a gyro fireplace that hangs from the ceiling, but I do need to have the option to move this fireplace from diorama to diorama. And it was just easier if it had a base to it. So instead, I'm going to go with this freestanding fireplace. And I love the simplicity of this, and I think it should be fairly easy to construct. To make this fireplace, I'm going to be using a battery operated candle. This is just one from the Dollar Tree. I'll also be using these wood slices from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to be using a lot of paperboard for the body of the fireplace. I have two pieces that are cut to 2 by 6 inches. One piece that is cut to 4 by 8.5 inches. Two pieces that are cut into a circle with a 3-inch diameter. And my last piece of paperboard is cut into a 9-inch in diameter circle. I'll also be using some black acrylic paint. This is some I got from the Dollar Tree. And lastly, I'll be using some glue. I'm going to use both my hot glue and my tacky glue. To start with, I'm going to glue my two 3-inch diameter circles together. I have these two pieces glued together, and this is where the firewood is going to sit inside of the fireplace. Next, I'm going to take my larger circle, and this is going to be the main body of the fireplace. So I need to decide how large I want my opening to be. So I'm going to sketch that out. So I've sketched my opening, and I changed mine a little bit from the picture. I decided to keep mine more of a triangle shape, and the picture is more of a arch. And the measurements for my opening are 3.5 inches from side to side, and from the base to the top of my opening is 3 inches. I'm not going to cut this out just yet. I'm going to wait until I have this in the cone shape that I want. And to get my cone shape, I'm just going to cut up to the center of my circle. So I'm just going to follow one of my guidelines that I have. So I've cut up to the center of my circle, and I'm going to wrap this in a cone shape. And I know I'm going to have to take out a little bit more of the paperboard. So let's see how much I'm going to have to cut out, because I want it to sit on our 3-inch circle, but I don't want to lose any of my height. So I'm going to cut out this entire quarter of a section and see if that works for me. So I have my cone shape, and I might actually be able to trim a little bit more off of it. But first I want to make sure that my cone fits on top of my smaller circle. So it looks like that's going to work. Yeah, and I actually want the cone to be just a little bit smaller than this circle. So I'm going to go ahead and trim off a little bit more of this extra paperboard I have. It's not going to be quite another quarter of the circle, but I'll trim it just because I don't need all of this extra hangover. So I have my cone shape, and I did tear mine just a little bit at the top, but I'm not worried about this. This is going to be covered up. So now I'm going to cut out my opening and then glue this to my base part. So I have these two pieces glued together, and looking at it now, I'm thinking I should have made my opening a little bit shorter. but I wanted to make sure that the candle would fit in, and it can, but we're going to keep going with it for now. I may make another one and adjust that, but we're going to see what it looks like. So next we're going to make the pedestal that the fireplace sits on. And I'm going to take the two pieces that I cut to 2 by 6 inches. And you could probably do this with one piece, but I just wanted to just to make sure, because I want my base to be pretty wide. And I want to make sure that it holds up the fireplace okay. So I'm going to glue these two pieces together and then just curl them and make the base for the fireplace. So I have my pedestal and I'm going to just glue it in the center here at the bottom. Now I'm going to take my 4 by 8.5 inch piece and I'm going to roll it into a tube. And I'm just using this piece of a dowel rod I had left over just to help me get it started rolling. You can use a marker or an ink pen, whatever you have on hand. So I have my paperboard rolled into a tube, and looking at it, there are a lot of wrinkles. And if you use computer paper, that'll probably give you a smoother look. But I wanted something a little bit more sturdy. So I'm going to go with this. And this is going to get glued on top like this. And hopefully once I paint everything, you won't notice all the wrinkles in it. So the construction of the fireplace is pretty much done, and I was about to paint it, and I realized I need some kind of a rim right here. I just think that would be weird to have a fire in there and not have any kind of protective edge. So I'm going to take this piece that we cut off of the cone, and I'm going to trim 1/4 of an inch off of the side here. So I have my extra piece of paperboard and I'm going to glue that right here on the front. While the paint is drying on the fireplace, I'm going to work on the fire element, and I'm going to be using this little battery operated tea light from the Dollar Tree. And I've seen quite a few YouTubers use these, and I've only seen one that actually took it apart. So I've already taken the top off of mine, and it was pretty easy to do with some pliers. And I've taken the battery out of this one. And this YouTuber, I can't remember their name. If I can find the video, I'll link it below or insert their name in the description. But I saw them do this technique where they painted this portion black, and then for the fire, like a lot of people I see they're using plastic. They cut it into the shape of a flame and put it around the light bulb. But this person used hot glue over it. So I'm going to do that. And I just wanted to let you guys know that this is not my original idea. I saw someone else do this. So I painted the majority of the base. This back part where the on and off switch is, I didn't try to get all of this because it's going to be facing the back of the fireplace and you won't see it. And once I put the logs on, I'm hoping that part will be covered up a little better. So my first attempt did not go too well, so I'm going to try again. So let's see if I can control the glue a little bit better this time. So now they took a toothpick, but I don't have one right beside me. So I'm going to take this piece of a small dowel rod. So this is what I ended up with. I'm happy with it. It took me quite a while to get the hang of it, and I think if I would have played around with it a little longer, it would be even better. I have all of these little glue strings left from trying to shape the ends of the glue. But I like this, so I'm going to glue on my little logs now. Here's my fire so far. I went ahead and put the battery in so I could see if the fire was going to be bright enough. And then I remembered in the video that I watched, they did use a little bit of watered down red paint. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go in around the base of this a little bit. Here's the finished fireplace, and it is definitely giving fall cozy vibes. The entire thing is 14.5 inches tall, and at the widest point, it is 3 inches wide. And I love the size of this. I'm wanting to put this in one of the houses for the village, so I needed it to be quite small because I won't have a lot of space in those houses. And at the last minute, I did add a strip of paperboard right here at this joint just to clean it up a little bit. And in most of the pictures that I saw, I don't think there was a screen in front of this fire. So we're just going to practice safety when it comes to having the fireplace on. So my friends, that's all I have for you. If you have questions about anything in this video, please leave it in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I'll see you next time, my friends. Bye-bye.